we found out this week was Tourism Week, we thought that we would make a video on all the best touristy things to do in Vernon BC. Hi, I'm Lisa Salt with Remax Vernon Salt Fowler, and please make sure to subscribe to our videos. We're posting new content every week. Subscribe below. This week we're talking about the top touristy things around Vernon because it's Tourism Week. And what better place to start than Davison Orchards? Davison Orchards is definitely one of the staples of Vernon life dating back to 1933. Of course, the foundation of Davison is the orchard. However, it's grown into so much more over the years. It all consists of fresh, local grown produce right here in Vernon, and of course the kids love it here more than anyone. Why wouldn't they? In behind the buildings there's tons of fun things for them to do, including the number one activity in my mind, which is feeding the sheep. It's also fun to watch the goats trying to eat your jewelry. You can also pet the goats, which is also fun. There's other farm animals as well as the mule, the horse, and of course the chickens. There's a huge sand pit and toy tractors, tree houses, and the list of fun stuff goes on. One of the highlights for the kids is Johnny Popper Farm Tours, which is a must-do for the little ones. The view over the valley is absolutely spectacular from Davison. The facade is of a country village outside, and inside this building there's so many cool things. You better just make sure to bring your credit card because it's tough to get out without a purchase. Whether it's gifts, farm fresh made jams, their own nothing added except our awesome apple juice, fudge, salad dressings, and you may as well be ready to buy one of their homemade pies. The Farmhouse Cafe on the property serves homemade soups, sandwiches, and of course their own Davison pies. Or you can grab and go a latte at the cannery. And that's Davison Orchards, our local farmers for 4 generations. Our second fun and touristy thing to do in Vernon, BC is a neighboring property to Davison, which is Planet Bee. It's a place where you can see and learn and discover about the honeybee's plight and also have honey and mead tastings. First stop, obviously, is the mead tasting room. Mead is prepared right here in Vernon from the fermenting process right through to the bottling stage. You can taste the mead at Planet Bee, or you can go straight to purchase one or more of the many kinds of mead that they sell right in the store. You can also taste and buy so many kinds of honey or any number of gifts in the store as well, and there are many options of what can be made from bee stuff, and they're all found here. You can also learn all about the honeybee and even watch them make honey in their little bee box that hopefully never breaks. Yikes, although this guy seems to be good with it. Outside the building there's a number of really beautiful bee-friendly gardens, and that is Planet Bee. And number 3, and one of my personal favorites, is the Okanagan Rail Trail in Coldstream. It was a collaboration between Lake Country, City of Kelowna, Okanagan Indian Band, and the North Okanagan Regional District. And the history of it is, since 1925, the CN rail line used to transport produce and lumber from the Okanagan across the country. When rail service stopped in 2013, at which time it was discontinued, and then in 2016, a 2-year community fundraising campaign and some grants raised $7.8 million that was needed to develop the trail. The Okanagan Indigenous people's names for the trail route is something I can't pronounce, but the point is it means Road of the Okanagan People. Long before we used this route for transportation, the Indigenous people occupied and used this area for hunting and fishing and social and ceremonial purposes. One of the great parts about the trail, I think, is how flat it is, so people from all ages can walk or bike the trail with no issues and not a ton of effort. Actually, over 24 kilometers of the trail follows lakeshore and creeks, so the scenery and the wildlife is pretty awesome. And that's the rail trail on Kalamalka and Woods Lakes. Also in Coldstream is Kalamalka Provincial Park, located 8 kilometers south of Vernon City Center, and it is 3,218 hectares. The place is huge. It actually wasn't established as a park until 1975. There's no camping or anything like that. It's a day-use park with beaches and trails. Trails are great for walking, hiking, horseback, biking, the whole deal. And you'll find lots of wildlife there too, and don't forget, they don't call it Rattlesnake Point for nothing. And most importantly, to the 4-legged variety, it has a dog beach where you can explore, view the lake, play in the water, etc. It has incredible views over Kalamalka Lake. Now, Kalamalka is a marl lake, which means that when the lake warms in the summer, the dissolved limestone crystallizes and gives the lake its distinct blue and green color. There's so many cool places to explore at Cal Park, and there's a link to a great map that you can use below. And that's Kalamalka Provincial Park, another Coldstream must-see. Number 5 on the list is Predator Ridge. Predator is an amazing golf resort community, and even if you don't golf, there's a ton to do and see here. There are 2 full 18-hole championship golf courses, the Predator course and the Ridge course. And there's also a huge golf resort community of over 700 homeowners at this time. So it's no wonder Predator Ridge is known as Canada's premier golf resort community and one of the best golf resorts in North America. It has so many amenities, and for tourists, if you're wanting to get a feel for the place, a lunch on the patio overlooking the course is a great idea, or visit Polino's for an awesome wood-fired pizza. Commonage Market is fun for a Starbucks latte or for a local bottle of the region's best wine, or just hang out overlooking the view. There's a state-of-the-art practice facility there as well. And as for the real estate, well, it just won't quit. You can check out the lodge for an idea of what your next vacation property may look like, and make sure to take a drive around and look at some of the beautiful homes being built around the area. From fractional home ownerships to small cottages, all the way up to custom-built luxury homes, Predator seems to have a little bit of everything. There's playgrounds, pickleball, tennis, yoga, fitness center, and 35 kilometers of dog-friendly walking, hiking, and biking. That's Predator Ridge. Sparkling Hill was built from the vision of an Austrian hotelier who absolutely loved BC and Alberta, and in fact, he called the Okanagan Valley heaven on earth. He launched the wellness resort and spa, which was modeled after those in Europe. The project was personally financially backed by the famous Swarovski of the Australian Swarovski Crystal Empire and opened the resort in 2010. There's a 40,000 square foot European-inspired Kur spa, Kur meaning healing in German, which has saunas, steam rooms, and the cold sauna, which is minus 110 degrees Celsius. This cold sauna was a first in North America. When staying at the resort, you also have access to the indoor, the outdoor pool, and some great restaurants. When asked why Vernon, he said, "I found heaven on earth, 4 beautiful seasons, a wonderful climate, beautiful lakes, all these rolling hills, and a perfect infrastructure." In addition to the 3.5 million crystals embedded in the resort itself, you'll also find 25 kilometers of very cool walking trails. One thing to note that Sparkling Hill is adult only and pets, and that's Sparkling Hill. If you're around Vernon on a Monday or a Thursday morning between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m., be sure to stop by Cal Tire Place for some fresh local veggies. Maybe some veggies you can grow yourself, some locally grown meats, and to listen to some of the local entertainers. There are many places to eat at the market too that you will no doubt enjoy. And that's our farmers market. Number 8 is BX Press Cidery, which is a super fun place to spend a day or an evening. You can do cider tastings if you wish, or just order a flight of 4 of the best ciders you will ever drink. The BX area in Vernon is named after the Bernard's Express and Stage Line, which was one of the oldest, largest, and longest running stagecoach companies in North America, starting in 1861. And this 3rd generation farm is located on part of this land. Some of their ciders are actually named after historical figures involved in some way with the Bernard's Express, and you can read the stories on the bottles. It's pretty cool. All the drinks are made on site. Most are alcoholic, however, there are some that aren't. There's a huge assortment, especially in the summertime when there are so many fruits in season to make booze out of. And the wood-fired flatbreads are, holy cow, awesome. Don't leave without trying the dessert flatbread. It's crazy good. I guarantee it'll be a hit. It's such a great place to spend an evening out in the orchard and watching the entertainment. That's BX Press, proudly growing apples in Vernon since 1946. Number 9, and last but not least, is SilverStar Mountain Resort. When you're in Vernon, whether it be in the winter when you can go downhill or cross-country skiing, or whether it's in the spring, summer, or fall when you can ride up the gondola and then go biking, hiking on their pet-friendly trails, SilverStar is a great place to visit well worth the extra 26 minutes to get there. With 16 kilometers of hiking trails, plus you can see all the skiing trails, etc., SilverStar is great for those wanting some fun outdoor activities. It's somewhere you can go hiking and biking that's a lot cooler in the middle of summer than down below. And in the winter, if you're not into skiing or snowboarding, then you can snowshoe or skate or tube, and whatever you do, don't forget to check out the village before you leave. And that's SilverStar Mountain Resort. So those are 9 fun and touristy things to do in Vernon, BC. If you're thinking of moving to Vernon, download our relocation package and learn even more about the area and what it has to offer.